Okay, I have this nicely fastened. I didn't stitch all the way, just one stitch here, one here, and one here, and it's already like combined. So one glance, it looks as if they're on their own, like this. And I'm gonna leave all this here because I'm gonna pull it inside the head and tie a knot to kind of fix this space, its place. And I add 2 eyes, the smallest I can find, because I plan to do some white eye here and a little bit of eyebrow, and I want the eye to look over this side. I mean, if you Google the portrait of this girl, she's actually sitting at the side and looking to the side, towards us, but she's facing the other side. So I'm gonna take up the challenge and see if I can do that. I mean, sometimes the art is in my head, but when I start doing it, it might not look what I imagine it would be. Sometimes I just hope this will. So now I'm gonna place this here. The eyes you can place just about anywhere. You can just see if there's a spot that you do not like. Maybe you did too tight or too loose and you do not want that spot to be seen, then you can cover it with this. So I do not have, but it's just that the working yarn is here. I just want the working yarn to be at the back, so that's why I put the eyes here. It's nothing in particular, just that I want this to be at the back while I'm doing the face. So I hope I don't get this tangled with other colors. And the eyes, if you want to know how far is it, I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the 8th row. On the 8th row from the magic ring, and it is 1, 2, 3, about 4 stitch apart, because I need space here to do the white eye, the white part of the eye. As of now, it doesn't look much because it's just the tiniest eye I can find. And I'm going to do the ear now. So now when I place this here, be careful on how you place it, because if it's too back, it doesn't look nice. Too front, you're gonna cover the eye. I have no space for the eyebrow. And this one is very near the ear. So you're gonna push this, make sure this one goes very near the ear. And between the scalp and the eye, you should have at least 2 rows. Like this. You know how people wear scarf, you do not wear your scarf like this. This looks kind of weird. So maybe have 3 rows or 2 rows from the eye. And this one is very near the ear. So one of the ears should be here and one of the ears should be here, like this. And take a look and see if this is right, or if you want to make another row of this blue, but I think it will be too much. It's just until here. You can see some of the neck. So now I'm gonna make the ear. This is how the ear look like. I'll show you later. So the ear is half inside and half outside, like this. So once you place this, you make sure this is near the ear, and it should be like this, where when you flip her to the side, you can see both eyes. I want to see both eyes like this. So the ear should be around here. So this is where I'm going to sew the ear. So this is how I determine where to put the ear. So once you have this ear, this one would be easier. So now let me show you. Oh yes, this eye, I have not added the safety, I haven't locked it with this safety plastic yet, because when I sew the white eye and the black eye, this will be in the way at the back. So I'll do all the necessary whatever, then only I'll add this stopper. So now let me show you how I am going to do the ear. It's very simple. You get the same color yarn as the face. You start with a magic circle, curl it around your finger, pull up a loop and make a knot. And you just do 4 single crochet into this magic ring. And that's it, you have an ear. Then you pull this, and there you have an ear. And you see from here, and this part here, I'm just gonna cut the yarn and leave a bit of a tail. So this part here, I am going to pull this into the magic ring. So the ear would look like this. One thing is, when you do, oh yeah, you can place it this way. There's a front and a back. I would use the front and the front. So you can actually turn it this way or turn it this way if you want a left ear or right ear. So I want half of the ear to be hidden inside and the other half to be outside, so that I can wear the pearl earring. I guess the most difficult part for me is always the eyes, the face, the nose and the mouth. The rest is just easy. It's a single crochet. Okay, in order for the eyes to look realistic, I mean, you know, look different from any other cute amigurumi, because this is anyway a portrait of a girl. So I add some white eye here and a little bit of kind of like a double eyelid thing. So if you really look at it, compare these two, this looks, I mean, one glance you can't see the white, but it does really look like she's looking at the other side. Do you think? I'll put in the comment section. Or do you want to just have the eyes just like this? You can add 2 big eyes and just look to the front. Well, it depends, right? Whether you want this to be cute or you want this to look real. I'll try my level best to make it look real and cute at the same time. Okay, now let me show you how I did this part here. I'm not sure if I can do it again. Okay, I still have the yarn here. And let me sort it out first. For the white eye, here, and let me cut this off first. For the white eye, I use lace yarn, or you can use thread as well, sewing thread, anything that is really fine. So, and it's not too fine, but at least you can see the white eye. So now the white eye should be here because both eyes are looking that side. It's not looking into the middle, it's looking over to the other side. So let me see. I haven't added the stopper yet, so actually I can put my needle through here. I am continuing from here, so I can actually pull. The tail is in the inside, so here should be this row. I'm gonna add one stitch here and one stitch that comes out right in the same hole as the eye. That's why you should not put stopper now. Okay, like this and like this. And now the tricky part is to fill up the middle part there with white. Now to fill up this part here with white. Oh, sorry. I should go in here first. Then come out somewhere here to fill up that gap there. If not, it won't look all white. It will look like there's a gap in the middle. I can go back to that same stitch. If you think this is too much of a hassle, then you just leave just the eye. Just two eye without this white thing. But with the white part, it really does shift a bit to me. Yeah, put in the comment section. What do you think? So what do you do with the eye? There, and you see I have filled up the gap here. I think I've filled it up nicely. It's just nice. You don't have to make too many stitches, because if you make too many stitches, it will bulge it and it won't look nice. It will look like it has swollen eye. Okay, now I'm done with the white part. I'll just leave it. I'm gonna tie a knot later. Let me find this. Okay, just find this part here and just tie a knot. Don't pull too tight. So once you tie a knot, just leave the rest inside the head. And if you can, just bring this up a bit like this, so this white yarn kind of fill up this space here. What do you think? And now this part here, it makes the eyes kind of like bulging a bit on the top here. It looks as if it has double eyelid to me. I'm not sure if you can see that in you. I'm gonna do one here all the way to the other side to the white part here. But in the middle here, I'm gonna put my needle here. You know how when we make that smiley mouth, this is the same method. Oops. This is a time where you're not supposed to pull too tight. If not, certain part will sink in. And you go back to that same stitch. And out it comes at the bottom. See, that's why I like to do all this before I add stuffing, because can do a lot of stuff. It's just a little bit change in just a bit of this and this. It adds a little bit character to the eye. No doubt it's not much, but it does look as if she's looking the other side now with a white eye. So this part here, this is, oh yes, I forgot to mention that this is actually the same yarn, just that I took 2 strands instead of 5. It's a 5-ply yarn, so I just took out 2 and did this kind of like an eyebrow thing. She doesn't have a dark eyebrow in her portrait. Maybe it's covered by the scarf. Oh wait, where is the tail? Can't find the other tail. I guess it's okay. So now I'm done with the eye. I can safely add the safety lock, but then that's a problem again. Sometimes after I add the safety lock, the eye kind of sink in a bit and the rest does not coincide with that. Okay, now wish me luck. I'm not gonna push it too much, just one lock. Oops, it turns out still nice, I hope. And now lock the other one as well. So it's best that you do all the whatever necessary you need before you lock your eye. If not, it'll be kind of difficult to do. Actually, I want this to be more round, but now it turns out to be more there. I can shape it around actually. So the rest, just leave it inside. And I still have this, it's a 5-ply yarn. And I took out 2 strands, so now I have 3 here. So I'm going to use these 3 to do the nose. Don't waste, since I have balance here. So the nose, I think it should be the easy part. So it should be around this this one here, because I have one now. It looks like I have 1, 2, 3 stitch between the eyes. Hold the tail. You just check and see if that looks good. If not, you can redo. Just a bit. One more, I guess. As of now, without the lips, she looks kind of fierce. So now I have to try my level best to do a smiley mouth to make her look not so fierce. Maybe once I add this, she won't be so fierce. She still look very fierce. pile. Ooh, where's my red yarn? I'll go get some red yarn or red thread for the lips. Okay, I found this yarn. It's from a 3-ply yarn, so I just take out one strand. Now I'm going to make the lips. So this is the eye, the nose, so there should be like 3 stitches here below the nose, so I'm going to take this 3 to be the mouth. Oh wait, it should come out from here. Here, let me see. Here, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna hold this tail here. I'm gonna tie a knot later on. Okay, don't pull too tight. Let it stay loose. I'm gonna make it smile a bit. Lips like this is kind of scary. Let's make her smile a bit. Let me hold on to that tail there. So which means from here I come here and come back here. So I'm gonna make it smile until here. 1, 2, 3. Would this be in the middle? Maybe somewhere here, right in the middle. Here, like this. Since this is 1, 2, 3, it's in the middle stitch. It smile too much. I just want it to smile a little bit. I think this is too much. Wait, let me redo that. Okay, so remember this stitch here. This stitch is to pull the other lips down. So maybe I should come here, somewhere here in the middle. This, oops, bear with me for a while. So I'm gonna pull that down. Does it smile too much? Oops, sorry. Just a little bit. Open her mouth a little bit. I'm gonna put this back into this stitch. Oops. Oh, see? I hope I didn't interfere with this working yarn. Oh dear. Let me do that again. See what happened when I should have pulled this all the way to the back, so that it will not interfere. That's why I always want this to be at the back if you can. Like this. for beginners. Just let me rephrase that. Let me repeat what I just said, what I just did. So from here, I make a stitch here, come back here and again. So you have one line here and one more here. So this time I made it in the middle of this single crochet. You see this single crochet? That's why you need to use a small needle. Don't use a tapestry needle, it's too thick. And you pull it down just a little bit. Like this. And so happen I still have a bit of that white yarn. So the lips is about right. I'm gonna cut the yarn so that it won't be in the way. I'm going to tie a knot this red tail with this red tail. Just tie a knot, make sure it's not too tight. And this white yarn, the one that I used for the eye, I still have a bit more left inside. I'll use it to do the teeth, just a little bit. So when you smile, you can see your teeth, like this. I hope I can shape it into a round shape like this, yes, instead of a V shape. Then from here, somewhere here, I guess. Boy, it's really kind of difficult to find that stitch. You can come here as well. Make sure it's between the red. You wouldn't want to overwrite the red, if not the lips look broken, right? Make sure this is on top, this red line is still there. And this one, you can go back to that same stitch, but just make sure make sure it doesn't cover up the red yarn. Let me do something about that. Make sure the red one is still visible. Something like this. Push this down. Make sure it, one glance, it looks as if it's a row of teeth. There. She's all smiley. Do you think I should make some more teeth at the bottom? Let's see if I were to do that. What will happen? I can still undo. Well, at least I'll try it out for you so that you know what to do. So if it doesn't look nice on mine, so don't do that for yours. Will it be too much? Yeah, maybe one more. sure this outline of this red still is on the outside and this white yarn did not break it. So what do you think? Do you think the second line looks better or without the second line looks better? Put in the comment section. Tell me what you're gonna do with the mouth. Are you gonna add teeth like mine or you totally normal? Well, I guess that's about it. So I'm going to tie a knot here and sew that scarf onto the head and also attach the 2 ears. Okay, she looks all happy. And now to add the ear, I want this side. This is the front and this is the back. I want the front to be the ear. Actually, you don't see much of it because half of it is hidden. So let me do one ear first. I'm gonna bring this yarn over to the inside and tie a knot first. Somewhere here, I'm gonna put it in. At least I have something to hold the ear. There, I want half of it to be inside and half of it to be on the outside like this. This is the eye. Okay, this is the ear. Yes, that's about right. So once you get the right position, you think that this should be the ear, this is where it's supposed to be, you just make a stitch and make a stitch here and here. I don't have to worry too much about the top because the top will be hidden by the scarf. So most important is the bottom part here. Oops. Just make 1 or 2 stitches here to hold it in place, and that's it, because the rest will be hidden inside the scarf. And it should be here like this, and here that looks like a hole. Let me see if I can hide that later on. Yeah, it's hidden. Because I created the magic ring hole, it's kind of big, so anyway, I'll make sure I hide it under the scarf, and still a little bit here coming off here so that I can do the pole. Hang a pole here. Okay, now I'm gonna do the other ear. So just like this one, you do not turn it inside out, because this side is the right side is facing outwards, so either you turn it this way or this way, it's still an ear. Tuck it in, make sure it's somewhere near the eye, and you make a few stitches there. And once you're done, you use this and sew all the way here, especially this part here. Sew nicely on the ear, so sew all along here, and we are done with the head, and we're going to do with the neck and the shoulder. Okay, for the sake of beginners, I just let you know how I'm sewing this. From my tail actually ends here, so from here I poke it into the head. You see this stitch here all the way to the front, because I want to work from the front down, so that I can see this ear is half inside and this ear is half inside. So I pull my yarn, comes out here. You see this V shape here, I go underneath it. So now there's no stopping, it's way easier to stitch. And once you have stopping, then it will be a bit difficult. So do not pull too tight so you can show. So just like this, and it won't come off. And make sure do not interfere with this working yarn, because we're not done yet with the neck and the shoulder and all. So make sure you hold it this way and do not pull too tight, and make sure it stays balanced and it's not like one higher than the other. And you just stitch all around. See, it will hide underneath that V shape. So you come up in another stitch, then you go back into the next stitch, just like you do single crochet. So I'm going to do this all around and hide the tail inside the head. And just tie a knot with any of the tail here, and that's it. So I'm gonna leave the pearl last. I'm gonna do all the shoulders and the neck and everything, then only I'll add the pearl. So I'll come back to you once I have this nicely fastened. Oops, make sure it's under that V shape. Okay, I've fastened it nicely. So now let's continue the neck part here, go all the way down to the shoulder. And this particular thing is only up to the shoulder, there's no body. So now earlier we stopped at row 15. Now I'm going to continue row 16. It's not going to be easy to hold with all these things around. And I'm gonna hold my hook like this. So row 16, I'm going to do one single crochet, followed by a decrease. Oops, I did one single crochet. So now I do decrease. I'm going to use the front loop from the first stitch and back loop from the second stitch, and do my decrease. One single crochet, decrease, one single crochet, decrease, one single crochet, decrease. All in, you should have 6 sets of it. If you want, you can add some stuffing now. And as for now, I'm going to do the neck. So now from row 17 until row 19, you just do single crochet all around. Row 17 and until row 19, you just do single crochet all around, which is 12 stitches in each row. I'll come back to you once I'm at the end of row 19.